This week in action.
Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet?
Could be something.
Talk to the developers.
Are you playing with my emotions?
Let's get sad and then get happy.
Too good to be true.
That's not what they did here. When's the money going?
What other horror stories can come of this?
We love Tencent.
And with me, as always, of two of my friends, two of my leaders, the gentlemen that truly run this channel, Daft and Guilty. Say hello, guys.
What's happening, guys?
Hey-yo!
Oh, see, that hey-yo came in. Is it because normally
Yeah,
you scream so loud and then my mics are, I don't.
Yeah, you just have to get the pull away right. You got to do that.
I have to like pull back to hear.
As it gets, crescendo back.
Yeah.
I know. So I know it's been a super busy week. Let's just do a quick check-in. Guilty, what have you been up to? Any floods, any hurricanes, any alligators, any mosquitoes?
Well, I posted a picture of Dr. Bubbles. He's about 3 feet long now.
Okay. Okay. That's it?
It's, you know, same stuff every different day.
So nothing. Just work?
Nothing.
Yeah.
That's good.
Well, no, like, I don't know. I've been working a lot of music.
I know somebody in chat during I played your new song and they said they love your music. They wish they knew where to get it from, you know?
I'll send it to you in a DM.
See that? Guilty will DM you his music. Daft, how's your week going?
Not too bad. Not too bad.
Anything new and exciting?
Few art things I've been working on for the channel and for some other people. Some last Epoch, playing some
How many characters have you made now?
that I actually leveled. I just started a new one, a Forge Guard today.
Okay.
So I have a Forge Guard, the Lich, and then I had a Necro, and the other two I haven't leveled. I just made two. They're level 1.
Got it.
So just the 4.
Just the 4. Which one's been your favorite so far with 090?
The Lich so far has been the smoothest to level. It's been pretty fun. Got him up to 73 or 74 right now. So that's fun. And the Forge Guard I only got up to, I don't know, like 5. Because I started today at like 3.
Okay, I have a question for you before we get into our topics. What triggers the it's time to make a new character for you? I'm very curious. I know, okay, before you, I know you, if one dies, because you're now in hardcore.
That's a typical one, or I just get bored grinding. I just got bored with the Lich.
So you're like, oh, I've done it. All right, let's start something new. I'm bored.
I just get to a point where it's now just waiting for gear and stuff like that, and I just kind of lose like the interest. Keep going. I go back to them, but I take a little break.
Take a little break. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. Well, I have played a Necro and a Paladin. That's 2.
Yeah.
And my Necro's
pretty
almost
lucky with your gear.
Dude, I pulled 2 Bastions yesterday in 30 minutes. 2. I was like, I'm never going to find this shield. I was like, oh, I found 2. No, Guilty. They didn't have legendary potential.
Oh,
No,
they
you
don't count.
No,
They don't count.
They're pretty shat, but at least finding them.
At least I got 2 of them. I'll take that. There's a question from Eway for you, Daft. Wait, where is Daft's hat?
Yeah, so does Phelan. What's up, guys? Just not wearing one today.
It's just not his. It's just not his thing today. Okay, stop trying to bully him into what he has to wear. Okay,
He's trying to make us jealous that we can't have our hair that long and also
Exactly
have it
what
be
it
like
is.
well kept.
that's true. Guilty. Do you have your apple juice tonight?
I have some apple juice.
Oh.
Some.
I've been drinking tea.
Tea. That's Daft's thing.
Yeah,
but
my
like-
wife actually. Speaking of, she has this weird. It's called mud, like mud milk or something like that. And basically, it's like a chai, right? Like, so it's got that kind of like spice type to it, but it's not sweet. So it comes off as a tea.
Mud water.
Mud water.
Dirty words.
Yes. It's
so
pretty good.
apparently.
It's you mix it with like hot water and it's just like a powder.
That's cool.
When I think of
interesting.
chunky milk, it makes me feel sick. So
It's not chunky milk.
When I think of milk,
just milk in
makes me feel
general.
sick.
I don't know, fresh milk and a nice bowl of cereal. It sounds pretty. I like Cinnamon Toast Crunch. It's one of my guilty pleasures. Okay, enough chit chatting, you guys.
Dude, talk.
Wait. Is it infused with mushrooms?
Is it infused with mushrooms?
Yes, the mud water. It's got mushroom in it.
Well, maybe
So when you
Canadian guys
drink
been
it,
to
it gets to
Florida.
the bottom. It's like a sediment sand, and you can keep refilling the hot water. Like a tea bag will kind of lose its flavor, where this doesn't, because it's like a sand almost. Pretty good stuff. I got hooked.
Wow.
Have like a cup or two of coffee, and then drink those for the rest of the day.
Every once in a while, I think.
Milk is
Not all
only
day,
good
but-
once it's cheese.
Every once in a while, I think I don't know where the conversation's going to go, and I didn't anticipate the mushroom infused mud milk, whatever the hell it is. All right. When I was putting
Send pics
together and
later.
looking at links for this podcast, I noticed something today, and I feel like this must be very recent. Last Epoch has updated its website. So if you go to lastepoch.com, basically the gameplay from Judd's breakdown of the trailer is now kind of a looped video you have.
Mixed in with class
Exactly.
close-ups.
Exactly. And as you scroll down, it's very nice. They always say, hey, Aaron, we're going to just put your channel front and center and just put Action RPG right on the front because we care about you and know how much you care about the game. So they give me a
Just
quick...
slap your face right on the...
They give me a quick shout out. So that's nice. Breaks down the masteries. Over 120 skills. Looting and crafting. End game breakdown for the monolith. Journey through time. And then they give me one final shout out at the bottom with the ultimate action RPG. So, you know, it's just always nice that they see what's going on. So, yeah, I like it.
Sacrania, last Epoch, $35.
I think so.
It is 35 bucks.
There's other ways to get it.
Yeah, there's other ways to get it, like the link that's in the description, that's in the chat right now.
Yeah, like
Yes.
the link. Yeah.
So, anyways, I just kind of wanted to start. I always like putting up the Last Epoch homepage as a fine little chit chat video at the beginning, and that's when I noticed that it was new. So it just shows that they're upping their game. Maybe they got a little extra cheddar from being a top-selling game for a week.
I mean, 500,000 units sold before.
I think it's still
multiplayer launch.
Yeah. It was showing up on Steam for a bit.
I think it was still... No, that's not what I actually want. Where the hell did I see that? I'm already off my rocker. Okay, moving on.
What's happening?
I was looking for top selling games, but I'm not going to find that live on stream. Okay. What we're going to start talking about with Last Epoch is its continued success. So our first topic we're going to talk about is Last Epoch with its continued success. Now, what I am talking about is normally when you have a game, it did huge numbers, right? We got up to 40,000, almost 41,000 with Last Epoch. And then you see this just catastrophic crater in player count. It's like, okay, 090. I checked out multiplayer. The servers crashed. The queue isn't real. All right, I'm following my favorite PoE people. All right, all my favorite PoE people are now playing D4 or they're playing Wolcen or whatever else friggin' game is out. Every single day. Literally every single day, I check the Last Epoch Steam charts. It is holding 20,000 concurrent players every single day. The number has not dropped. I'm going to give this over to Guilty first. Thoughts?
Well, it's a good game. And they really did a solid, they did the entire community a solid, I should say, by really communicating with us during launch and fixing it.
Okay.
Plus, the game was solid before that.
So you are saying that you think enough people played it and fell in love, or at least found some value in it to stick around?
Well, okay, just in my small sub community, most of the people only wanted to play it for multiplayer.
Okay.
And I know a lot of people do solo play in ARPGs. That's fine. Like most of my time spent is actually solo with like Grim Dawn, this game, PoE, stuff like that. But the sub group they won't play it if it doesn't have multiplayer. And that's like 12 people. That's 12 people I'm sure there's a lot more people that have friends groups like that only do multiplayer games together.
So you're saying there was so much of that 500,000 in sales of players that were waiting for the ability to play with each other and friends that the
Sam
numbers
wouldn't download it until it had multiplayer.
Hmm.
He owned it for like years and wouldn't download it until it had multiplayer.
Daft, why are people sticking around?
They had a good core already.
Okay, so it already
They
had a good game.
Yeah, they responded quickly to all like the catastrophes they've had since the trade dilemma.
Yep.
The launch, while it had its hiccups, they fixed in relative quick time, like 24 hours probably. Most of it was fixed, and then there was small things. But overall, I think they released a solid game. They came with most of the promises of trying to get it to look better, it to run better, and to run better on machines. I haven't had any problems. There's been the moving around and stuff like that, but that's everybody. It's not like specific to your computer. So I don't know. I think the fact that they have a cool crafting system,
Yep.
the game plays well. They've got a scope, a lot of the games in there, and they give you a lot of options. The classes are cool. The skill systems are pretty cool.
Yep.
So I think that people, plus the angles coming from all the streamers, that's brought in a lot of players from all over the place I've seen. I just think though that when people got here, it was that nice mix between like a PoE and basically Diablo. It's kind of in the middle. It's not too easy, not too hard. If you want to play for a few weeks, you can get it pretty quickly, especially if you're just starting. And the community in general, I think, is friendly. So, people are getting the help. So they're sticking around.
Guilty, I want to ask you a question. I've been seeing a word over and over again. Oh, in my comment sections. I've actually seen it in the Discord. I've seen it in the forums. I've seen it on LE's Discord. And the word is refreshing. Last Epoch is refreshing.
Refreshing. Almost like it's not corporate garbage.
That, I feel like, there's a lot to it, right? So my take is it is a good game. And a lot of people are like, where's this game been? I've never heard of it. What the hell is this? Right? But again, it's like if you played on December, if you played Torchlight Infinite, if you played Diablo, if you've been following D4, any of these games, it's like you log in, you get hit with 40 ads about buying all this crap and pay to win and gotcha systems.
They're advertising their own game in their game.
And you're just getting tons and tons of crap. When you play Last Epoch, the devs said that they want Last Epoch to be the true successor to Diablo 2. They want it to be a classical action RPG experience where everything is in-house. Your stash tabs you buy with in-game gold. Your loot filter, you don't need a third-party program. All the things that you would normally do. Crafting is all in-house. And I keep seeing the word refreshing over and over again.
I've seen it too. Yeah.
Wonderful.
And you agree with that?
It really is. Like,
it kind of pulls out go on.
No, actually, Daft and I probably have a very similar outlook. What are your top 3 ARPGs?
My top 3?
Your top 3.
Oh,
in
wow.
no particular order.
In no order.
It'll probably be D2, Grim Dawn, and then, Last Epoch.
There it is.
Those would be my
we
top
have the
3.
exact same 3.
Path of Exile was in there for a while, but once it got all where it is now, I just lost interest to do it. It's fun,
really
but
like
it doesn't grab me. There's plenty others like Torchlight that I'll play for a while and they're fun, but as far as ones that I end up making builds with and really getting into the game, it's those 3.
Yeah. And then Stealthy's like, ew, Grim Dawn, because I don't like good games.
Oh, geez. Oh, geez.
Cut me deep, Stealthy.
You cut me
Grim
deep.
Dawn also has the good crafting system, so that's part of it. Having systems, not overwhelming systems, like tons of them, but systems that when they're in there, they work really well.
Now, I haven't played D4 yet. That will change tomorrow if the queue isn't 2 trillion people, which it probably will be. And we're going to talk about D4 towards the end of this podcast. But the more I watch and read reviews, the more I see of the game, and I will do my breakdown, I feel like Last Epoch can carve out a fairly considerable player base in the genre with a D4 and a PoE/PoE2 at the same time. Because
with what you know of the build system, which one do you think is more gratifying?
I don't know, because I haven't played it yet. You
didn't actually break down every video on the internet and make a spreadsheet already?
I'm just not ready.
So you know.
I'm just not ready. There's something to be said about the feel and the play of a game that you cannot get until you play it.
Yeah, but I didn't ask. I asked about the build, not about the feel and the play. Specifically, the skill system.
Based upon what I know, I am likely going to gravitate towards more of a PoE and Last Epoch over more of a Lost Ark and a D4. But I don't know if D4 is going to feel like Lost Ark until I play it.
Well, that's not what I'm saying. The actual the tree.
Oh yeah.
You come down here and you come over here and there's like that.
Yeah, it looks pretty basic. It looks pretty basic.
It at first glance. But look at it again. And this is coming from me. I'm not saying it's like this extravagant thing, but
it is.
It's it's like they were guiding you to what they wanted you to play at first. I actually kind of want to see if you can do more than what they're pushing you towards. Because if you can do that, then it's better.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree with that.
So, and someone just put that. Stealthy said, I think it's going to be D4 PoE LE. And that is
okay. So maybe Raven Crow actually answered the question for me. Thank you.
What did he put? At first glance, looks basic. At second glance, looks even more basic. We're not ripping on Diablo in this podcast.
I'm not ripping on it. I just
I haven't played it yet. I haven't played it yet. But
almost goated him.
The point that I am trying to make is that Diablo, in my opinion, will be the biggest. Blizzard's marketing, the fact that it's going to run great on console, the fact that it's going to run great on PC, the fact that it's called frickin' Diablo, the fact that they have invested God knows how much money and they're going to do seasonal content. If Diablo Immortal was unbelievably successful, regardless of how terrible it was, D4 is going to be 100 times that. Okay. So I do think from just an overall how many players are going to play it and purchase it, D4 will win. And then PoE will have the consistent 200,000 to 600,000 players that always show up for the new league. And then LE will be trying to just peel those people away as they carve out number 3 on the ARPG mountain. But I think every time they get one of those players to play, what's on screen right now is going to happen. They're going to stick around. They're going to be like, dude, I'm so sick of the battle passes and crap. I got to fork out for Diablo 4. You know, I know it's all cosmetic. No, I know it's all cosmetic. Or the PoE feels like a full-time job, right? You're going to get those people. PoE's too hard, eats up too much time. D4 too basic or costs too much money. And then you're going to have LE sitting there nice and pretty saying, hi, I have a good dev team behind me and I'll talk to you and you can interact with me every Friday. And we're going to be putting out good content and we're not going to sell you all this crap. And well, they are going to sell crap. That's not fair. But I feel like it is going to be a more refreshing experience. So,
okay. So, just in terms of builds, because that's really draws me to a certain like game. Like, you know, Grim Dawn has its dual class system. Last Epoch has its masteries. PoE has like this ridiculous tree with ascendancies and all kinds of nonsense. I mean, so obviously King of the Mountain still, but do you foresee them attempting to go that complex with D4? Or do you just think they're going to keep it a game that everyone can play, like the console crowd, the PC crowd, maybe even the phone crowd?
I think my opinion is that D4 D4 will be just like LE's crafting system. Easy to do, hard to master. When you're talking
Okay,
about the
so-
last, when you're talking about the last 5% or 2%, when you talk about
Right.
how to put your points in the Paragon board and having the correct gear and skills, there's always going to be those min maxers and, you know, tinkers that are gonna push something to the broken levels. But I do think the overall game, that it's going to be vast. I mean, I heard people saying that, hey, just the level 25 trying to uncover the whole map and go through all the dungeons, like it took a lot of time, and that's only the first 25 levels. So that's not even finishing the campaign and going through end game. So, yeah, but I haven't played it yet. So I don't know. Like, I got to play it. I find Elite being outdated and boring to play. I know you feel that way, Rotten Gamer.
Rotten Gamer's been with us for a long time.
I know.
Some people like high energy, super fast, glittery games, and you know, more power to them.
Well, I
Or a
mean, I like
mixture of
both.
those things.
Like, obviously, my favorite is no secret. But I also really like PoE. I just don't have time to play it. I also really like TLI. People hate on me and Aaron for that, but like,
I like Torchlight
TLI
Infinite.
is solid. It's a fun game.
And that's what I always tell people about Torchlight. I don't want to even talk about Torchlight. I just think it's fun. Like it's fun to play.
It's a fun game that I'll get a battle pass, and that will be the money I spend for
Pew,
it.
pew.
And I'll spend enough time in it to pay for it.
I hope D4 is great, but looks kind of bland on the build diversity and affixes. Yeah, I mean, when you watch other,
That's what
when you watch some people,
currently.
it says like we're gonna watch some Quinn later on. I've got queued up just a little segment from Quinn, and we're not gonna watch that portion, but he does talk about itemization and how Blizzard basically pushes you to select certain things. It's like, you know,
I just said.
Yeah, every third hit you're, you know, or every second hit you're, you know, spin to win crits. Like if you're a spin to win, you have to have that, you know, and it pushes you into that. So
those aren't fun.
Just okay.
So wait, let's continue. We'll get to Diablo. Let's continue with what we have. All right.
Look at that, Mr. Skeezy Mac.
I know he got a Quinn in there. So today, let me pull this out a little bit. Today, there's a couple things that people called out to me when I was streaming last Epoch, and I'm like, there's no way. Like, I haven't seen that, and I have a hard time believing that's in the game. No, they were right. That's in the game. Today, beta 09F2. Also, I've never seen them put out a patch like with a number on it. Either way, it doesn't matter.
That's a first for me, too.
I've never seen
I was making fun
F2.
of the fact that they went up to Foxtrot during 8.4.
They're probably thinking, dude, we're going to run out of letters. All right, throw a couple numbers in there. They fixed edge case that could cause short-term progression rollbacks when connecting to another server. We're still working on additional fixes, but it was this one right here. I bet you the person's watching right now. Someone was like, dude, have you seen this? Fixed a bug where runes and glyphs consumed by a player could be taken from another player on the same server in some situations.
Oh, are you talking like me just playing by myself and then some random homie, I just steal theirs? Is that what this is claiming?
That's
like the hamburger?
So that's what this is saying. But what I was told is that me and Daft are playing together and I'm crafting and I'm stealing his crafting materials to do it. It's not mine.
Gotta fix that one.
Can we join a game later?
Isn't that pretty? That is a crazy bug. After performing a craft,
it's not fixed. Raven Crow says it's not fixed.
Oh,
Don't
boy.
trade or don't craft around other people.
After performing a craft, the modifier and support item slots are automatically refilled. However, the items placed in these slots were always taken from a specific player, usually the first one to join the server, rather than the player who made the craft. That
Crazy.
is a crazy bug. I think Gazzy did that with the dungeon keys. Maybe. I want to play with Aaron more now.
Oh my God. When they finally get 1.0, I would love to, again, to read the postmortem, because of all these crazy things that are coming out. It's just like, I want to know what the fix was, what the cause was. I'm sure it's going to be entertaining.
I will say I've been playing the last couple days and I almost have zero. I mean, like even during the CT events, I've had almost no problem ever playing solo. It's always with multiplayer connecting to another one. I have been getting tons of rubber banding playing solo recently. and everything's closed down. My server
Really?
ping is fine. And yeah, I've been getting tons.
So that's got to be linked to one of the recent patches.
Yeah, because
you weren't getting it before.
I get a little bit of it, not too much. But every
I
once in a while.
don't see it unless I'm in multiplayer with 3 people, and it doesn't get bad until 4 people. But recently, I've been able to play with 4 people.
Really?
Yeah. I really hope they fix the movement animation for druids when the tune switches when you're running multiform.
It's the same thing for the Lich to the Acolyte.
It's transformation in general at this point.
Yeah, if you stop,
wide,
it'll reset your run.
I am curious why they haven't gone all in on the, my minions when I'm playing with Daft look like, little small apparitions. So Daft knows they're there, but they're not like all over the screen for performance or,
right.
That seems like a weird one. I don't know why they don't. Guilty. Any thoughts on that? Why can I see everyone's meteors and skills and VFX? Like, shouldn't it be different?
Okay, so I don't know how they did everything, but what they should do is allow you to turn off other players, like particle effects. That should be an option, and I'm sure it's coming.
Simple fix. Just make it an option.
But why it looks different, I have no idea, because it should be the same model with the same particle effects or whatever if it's the meteor.
Yes,
for everybody.
Yes,
I don't get, unless they purposely said no and went in and changed it somehow, and there's like
what I was going to say.
Routine running. I don't know.
Fed it like that, so everything's just a little smaller on your end as the viewer, as the player. But I think it'd be better if that's the case. That's kind of funky. Just make it toggleable. It
seems weird.
Yeah, make it a toggle where it could be either on, super light, or off. So everybody else's effects.
I don't think we ever played 4 Necro. I don't think that's ever. I mean, I know people have done it. Actually, maybe at one point, me, Rich, and Bert were playing 3 Necro. I don't think we've ever run 4.
I saw the 3 Necro. We've done 4 minions, but not Necro.
I would think from a performance standpoint, this is what LE should do. And I know, like, I'm sure they've done it, and they're like, yeah, Aaron, we know. We're not stupid.
Aaron's minions off so you can actually see your own pair.
It should be a 4 minion party, all with maxed minions running in opposite directions. If the server can handle that, right? If this one goes up, one goes top right, one goes bottom right, one go, if the server can handle that, performance is fixed, because you're never going to have.
That was the killer,
right?
In CT.
Yeah, because you can't split up. If you split up, you're screwed, right? Now, but if you could fix that in an Echo.
Here's the thing. Okay, I know splitting up is faster.
Yes.
But for boss fights, having a boss, I guess, switching out to do a boss build where you have the things that buff other people that would be pointless if you were splitting up and just running the map, is still beneficial. With the exception they changed a few things.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff doesn't work anymore, but some of it still does.
But that still works. So if you're trying to build stability to do boss runs, splitting up's better, because if you can kill fast, you're going to kill more enemies, which is going to build your stability bar, which means you're going to get to the boss quicker. But when you split up
and
too many, what they said is that during the times where players split up, there's too many, I don't know. There's too many things getting activated at a time, and the server can't handle it.
What's up, Shin?
What's happening?
Thanks for the Prime sub, Rich. Thank you, sir. I'm glad you finally found Aaron's will. It only took 200 armors, but you got it.
Yeah, Rich, correct me if I'm wrong. You had every armor in the game except for Aaron's will.
There's no way.
No, he eventually got it.
He did get it. He did get it.
Didn't you collect every other chest piece in the game before?
No, he never got wings. Wings of Argentus you need to kill bosses for.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's what's going on in the world of Last Epoch.
All 3 times over before you got it?
Yeah, it took him a while. Hey, but he got it. That's what's important.
Buddy.
That is true.
That's great.
I haven't gotten it yet, but I haven't really tried.
Praise the RNG. Good God.
You don't have a character high enough to get it yet, definitely. You need to be in a level 75 zone.
Yeah, 75.
I know. Okay, so that's what we got for Last Epoch. Game is holding strong. they continue to work on fixes for these bugs. And I'm just putting it out there. I've already heard from EHG that content updates for 091, okay? Content updates for 091, the next patch coming up, are literally already finalized, okay? So I think that I'm not going to give a date because they didn't give me a date, but as far as maintaining current momentum, I do think they are going to do a quick turnaround from 090. Let's get it fixed. Let's get all the bugs out. And as soon as we're like, we are in a great, stable place, we're going to hit them with something else to get them excited, which is awesome. I mean, it's not going to be Masteries, but I know that for sure. But all in all, really happy with what's happening with LE. And I still see a lot of PoE streamers playing it. They're probably waiting for, obviously, the new PoE league, but
probably do both.
Yeah. More power to them, though.
No, I like it. I like it.
It says copium.
I know. Moving over to our next Steam chart, and I'm sure Rotten Gamer is going to love this. Time for a quick check-in.
On
Wolcen, Lords of Mayhem.
Oh no! Oh my gosh!
Oh,
actually, you know what?
yeah.
It's not doing bad.
No, it is not.
On the
up-ish.
I don't know if it's doing good, but I would say it's not doing bad.
Much better than it was.
Oh, Wolcen's story is awesome. Yeah, Wolcen's campaign's great.
No, their campaign is really, really well made. And
how long will we be able to say that, though? It's going to get dated in a while.
No, I mean, like, story-wise, and the fact that they ripped off Horus, and you know, Horus is the bald man. I mean,
they're kind of clinging on to that right now as a game. I think
really good concept art, giant pauldrons, as I always say. But like, how far did you make it in chapter 4, Daft?
I haven't played it in like 2 years.
Oh,
you last time you played it was the time that we speed ran you, probably.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Okay, so I made it further than Aaron did, unless he's played since then, but I don't think he's had. Yeah, I don't think.
That's a great question. I have not played it since my Las Vegas trip, so yeah. I just need more hours in the day. You know what? I don't know. Maybe since I've already committed to my Sentinel builds, I'll finish the Holy Smiter Unstoppable Paladin, knock out chapter 4, make Is It Fixed Yet, remake that minion build, and then either start Rogue or Druid. That's probably a good.
So yeah, well, I don't know. Yeah, I think the thing that turned me off most about chapter 4 was them completely resetting my skill tree and then giving me 39 points to set up a new one.
Yeah, there you go.
While changing the skill tree, but leaving my abilities there that are useless now because my skills were built around them. Well, they were built around my skills. Anyway, lackluster. Did not like it. No, sir, didn't like it.
Yeah, I just double checked. 2021, October 16th.
Stealthy. Anybody that has played Wolcen, this would actually really help me. If I wasn't streaming, if I wasn't distracted, if I was like, man, I just want to blast through this and knock out chapter 4. How long are we talking? Is this hours? Is this days? How long is it going to take me to re-level and knock out this campaign in a mildly quick fashion? Does anybody know? Has anybody beat it?
He doesn't want the story. He just wants to run through it.
Chapter 4 by itself, re-leveling. So it started me back at level 40. So I'm level 40.
Long time.
A long time is not the answer I wanted.
What's a long time for you, Stealthy? Like a week? 2 days? A month?
And should we re-level? Because that whole reset with the 39.
Okay, if you just Grave has a couple of days.
Got it.
Toby says months. You log in, then you realize LE is 10 times better and log off for LE. That's exactly what I did last time I was playing.
That's what we did, yeah. And then we went on the Patreon thing and I opened up on it and gave my actual thoughts on it. Chapter 4.
Well, it's funny when it first dropped, people are like, dude, don't play it the first day. Like it's almost unplayable. And I was like, okay, which is probably good because if I did play it, then I would have started recording all the bugs and then it just would have been a.
So I did play it first day.
How'd it go?
And it was not great.
You don't
Stuff didn't work.
What do you mean there is no Act 4, Rotten Gamer? Don't say stuff like that. Don't tease me.
So, okay. So just in a nutshell, when you run into Act 4, you go and talk to someone at the castle, and you go talk to the same like people in town square, and then you do the same end game that you left in chapter 3.
So,
and after you do that, you can start the first quest for chapter 4.
Oh,
so Wolcen has been kicking it around. I mean, there's some days they go into the double digits, but if you look at their 1 year, they've been kicking it around a couple hundred, 200, 300. It starts to ramp up almost 500. And then when it drops, it peaked, I think, at 3,500. Yeah, peaked at 3,572, which is 183% gain. Which is
hope when you release a new chapter for your game.
yeah.
And knowing that last Epoch 1.0, new PoE League, on the horizon PoE 2, and on the horizon is D4. Like, and this isn't even me being a dick. Like, this game is never gonna this game is never gonna come back. Like, it would
hit 127,000 again.
Honestly, they would have to sell it, like Crate or THQ Nordic snags it up.
Right. Exactly.
And then it's rebranded and then relaunched. Like, that is the
offense, but I would rather Crate than THQ Nordic.
I am just
I love both these companies.
I'm putting out an example of, I don't see any way of this bouncing back. Does that make sense? That's what I'm trying to say.
Kobe won.
Yes.
No one will buy a CryEngine game. Not enough devs know it that well. I've been saying that for years. When it went free to use, just because it was free doesn't mean you should use it.
I heard it is a terrible engine for action RPG. First person shooter, pretty damn good.
The paid for version of it comes with like a help desk. Because reasons.
Yeah. I don't know. They could sell it and then return to the glory days of Umbra.
Umbra.
Yeah.
Umbra.
Just live up the whole meme.
Well, it's called CryEngine for a reason.
You know what's really sad is this update could be great. I haven't even played it. It could be absolutely amazing. And again, I think everybody kind of seen this, I hope, from me. Like, I try not to talk on stuff I don't know anything about. I feel like I know a lot about D4, but I don't really want to talk about it because I haven't played it yet. You know, I'm going to play it this weekend, and then I will tell you what I think.
Star Knight 89. It's a terrible engine for everything. Look at Star Citizen. I, too, am a backer of Star Citizen.
What engine does LE run on? It runs on Unity. On Unity.
The developer's engine.
Guilty loves Unity.
Lockheed Martin's engine for augmented reality and Ford Motor Company's engine for manufacturing.
Here we go.
Well-rounded engine.
Yeah, you're not even biased. You don't even like Unity. You think it sucks.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
Last thing I want to talk about. Actually, it's not true. A couple more things on Wolcen. The point I'm trying to make is that this update could be amazing, right? I don't know because I have not played it. It could be great. The new end game could be good. The freaking boss fights can be great, and the cinematics could be cool. I don't know because I haven't played it yet. Wolcen Lords of Mayhem as a studio, Wolcen Studios, is, in my opinion, the absolute worst marketing department I have ever seen from a studio. They're horrible. And just a small example. When we got Chapter 4 released, you could go to their Steam page, you could go to their website, and you could go to their Discord. Chapter 4 update is out. All three of those. There's no mention. There's none. I'm telling you, there's no mention of it on any three of their main socials. On top of that, when we got the date for Chapter 4, it wasn't even mentioned. The date for Chapter 4 was Wolcen Lords of Mayhem is coming to consoles. End quote. And then in this little blacked out sentence on the bottom of the page, which I had to watch twice to understand, said Chapter 4 update for PC is coming with this console release or some crap like that.
Yeah.
They didn't.
So
They didn't even tell us.
So it not
All right,
all
that's my
console
rant.
players play
There's no
PC.
words.
Dude, where is
So,
that trailer? I'm pulling it
Maybe
up
they're
right
just
now.
trying to get a new player base in the console.
Sure.
Because that is, let's face it, how many
They
gamers
burn the PC
own
community.
a PC? How many gamers? I mean, I would guess that between the various consoles, they probably outnumber PC. I could be very wrong, but it just seems like that's the case.
I apologize, everyone. I actually
What's
super
going on?
apologize to Daft and Guilty because they don't have this link, so now I'm just pulling an audible. Everybody enjoy the 1 minute
Thanks for using
trailer.
links.
The 1 minute trailer for Wolcen. This is the chapter 4.
Oh, I do.
This is the
think
chapter
Daft
4
does.
trailer. Enjoy.
Listen, Stormfall, our precious jewel, must not fall this day. Let us
Not this
drive
horror
these vile
again.
cults from our beloved city.
This is their marketing for chapter. This started June 2022. June 2022. They started talking about chapter 4.
Hey, Mr. Easy Max got it. People are gonna jump. Like, well done.
The blues viewers showing Wolcen on screen. Okay, so the mechanics in this game actually are
They're fine.
they're fine. They're well thought out.
My PC outnumbers the number of consoles in my house.
It's the same here. We have
I told you.
my oldest son has PlayStation 5. My younger son has a computer. I have a computer. My wife has
Your youngest son's actually like a
computer guy.
somewhat pro level player for certain games. So that counts.
Yeah.
Actually, isn't he pro level for Rocket League?
Yeah. He does pretty well.
Oh,
Playing
gosh.
well. He's gonna jump.
It's too long.
Mega.
Okay, we got the gist.
Good.
We got the gist. Turn that
Yeah.
nonsense off. Oh, it's over.
There.
End game. I have 0 consoles hooked up. There's an old Xbox. I have the OG Xbox. The only game I have for it is Merlwind.
Love Rocket League, he says. That's
Yeah, it's a
it.
fun little game. Like he started playing when he was super young, like 6. And then he stopped playing it for a while. And then he's picked it up when he got older.
Okay, everybody's right. I'm sick of
not playing
talking about Wolcen. If anybody cares, they drop patch.
Moving on.
They drop patch
If it gets good,
1171.
it gets good.
Everything is broken and they're trying to fix it. Okay. Now,
Yay,
the
Cry
Wolcen team.
Engine.
now we can talk about
this
the
game.
Lord of Darkness.
High on the Tiger, Rocket League is the only non-ARPG I play. So much
Hmm.
fun. Proceeds to watch 1 minute trailer. 15 seconds later, too long. Skip.
I've had enough. Don't forget DS Lily's Wolcen crash on her review. Yeah, that does tend to happen. It does. Hey, I almost made it through that whole trailer. I only skipped a little
You
bit at
almost
the end.
did.
I made it through a lot of it.
We had a lot of distractions, so we had time to like not see the pain.
Okay.
Sorry,
D4.
anybody who likes the game.
Here we go.
I mean, it's
You enjoy it.
Not, sorry.
Here we go.
So sorry.
D4. I have not played it.
Mm,
I have posted for years every single quarterly update on my YouTube channel. Blizzard was nice enough to give me a very large strike, the first strike I've ever had on my YouTube channel for
Kind of
posting
them.
leaked content. I've watched all the main big wigs reviews of D4, and I had to figure out my login to download BattleNet today
Yeah,
to get D4 preloaded. So I am ready to rock for tomorrow.
Ready to rock. Okay.
I'm going to be playing Necro for D4. I don't know how long the
Surprise.
queue is going to be, so we will have to see. I will be streaming Friday, Saturday, and likely Sunday. Not like what I did for last Epoch, going 13 and a half, 13 and a half, and like 10. So won't be that level of streaming, but
Oh,
I'm going to give it
the
a...
Necro's not in, Aaron.
Yes, it is. It's in for this
Party's
weekend.
over.
It's in for this weekend.
Yeah. It was that.
They
was
put
the,
it in?
Yeah.
They're adding
That's why
Druid
I
and
included
Necro.
that picture. Yeah,
Okay.
That picture was included at the beginning of the intro because they just kind of like dropped
I
it on us.
sometimes go over to the Diablo chat and look.
No, Rogue,
So
Barb, and Sorcerer only. They're adding in Necro and Druid for this weekend, so I'll be
This
able to
weekend,
play it. So you
right.
can play Druid and Necro this weekend, which means 5 classes and it's free for anybody.
yeah. So do I
Convenient.
download it?
That is a
What's that?
decision you need to search your heart and
I
decide.
technically have it from last weekend, from the so kindly gave me a KFC.
I might download
ticket.
it. I don't know. I might. I don't know.
Get ready to fight the Q boss. Well,
Exathius says solid, yes, but Exathius, you know me. You know me better than most.
Solid, yes.
dude, I'm excited to fight the Q boss. You know, is that like pool? Like a Q? No, is that different than? I don't know. Last weekend was all about testing the authentication and queue system, so queues shouldn't be too bad this weekend. Okay.
You mean people can play?
Famous
0.
last words.
I hope that is true, but a million.
I have a question.
Supposedly over 1 million people got that pup back, which means there was at least 1 million people that played, and then you had people like Daft that only played to level 6.
Just
probably
forget
another.
about the lackluster
It's probably another
items.
3 million. So I'm gonna guess now that it's free this weekend, it's gonna have, I don't know what,
It'll
100
get
Way
all.
more.
It'll
It's
get
got-
the entire group of hordes.
Will it be
Anybody who cares.
100x, 100x the normal? I don't know. It's gonna be crazy. I feel like.
They said expect a queue. Like, of course, expect a queue.
Yeah, I mean,
It's Activision Blizzard.
opening weekend of a
Opening weekend.
big, yeah.
It's gonna be big.
Yeah, just wake up super early before you get your coffee errand.
Right.
And log it in and see what happens. Come back in an hour.
Go to work, come home. By the time you're like finish your day.
I mean, tomorrow's a
5
work
minutes before
tomorrow's a
disconnect.
work day for me, so I plan on logging in, and once I'm in, I'm just gonna do the LE thing. Once I'm in, I'm not logging out, so I'll just
I
stay.
don't think it'll let you.
Does anybody
boots you out of
know
the
if
game.
there's a?
It
There's
boots
a
you
time
out.
limit. There's
Is
a
there?
timer. If you don't move,
I got
it
booted
kicks
all
you
weekend.
out.
That's why I only
Yep.
got like so far because I get up and the game kicked me out, and then I have to re-log in and sit there
What's
for 2
up, Nina?
hours. And yeah,
That's what
so
she
you
I
said.
wanna
can't
see
do
Quinn
that. Aaron.
lose
You
his
have to, like,
marbles
sit
again.
there and actively move.
Oh, Quinn losing his marbles during opening for him. He pre-ordered the game, right? A lot of people pre-ordered
Quinn
the game.
was losing his shiz when he
Yeah.
was trying
Well,
to get in.
So if you paid extra money, in this case, I think it's like an extra $20 to get the 4 day. I'm sorry, up to 4 days free, and up to was put in that wording for a reason at this point, I'm sure. Maybe don't do that, Blizzard. Maybe don't do that.
All I know is I said, I'm going to get in. And then once I'm in, I'm not going to move. And then my wife said, that's what she said. That's great. Thanks, honey. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it says, but Walker, it says up to.
Well,
It's been like they preemptively planned that the servers wouldn't be able to handle it.
I think last Epoch servers could have handled 1 million players, honestly.
He's smoking
okay?
those potatoes again.
All right, you're right. It couldn't have handled 1 million
The whole
players.
potato. He
What's he
said
talking
that last time. He smoked the whole potato. That's what happened,
Might
everybody.
have been a rotten potato.
I think they could have handled 50,000.
Mushroom potato.
50,000. Maybe 50,000. All right. Daft, we're going to go down the list. Do you plan on playing D4?
KFC, yes, Canadian guy. Ziz called out KFC. There's a Ziz tweet that I reposted in our Discord because it was hilarious.
I mean, I don't have any intentions of actually logging in anytime soon.
Okay, wait.
Like,
I'm going to rephrase
actively,
the question.
but I might
This,
play.
I have not played and Guilty has not played. Okay, so we have our opinions
right.
based upon what other people have done. Daft logged in and played. Daft, the floor is yours. What makes you not want to log in this weekend?
It's not the game I'm enjoying currently. Like, that's the weight of it. Plus the fact, I don't know. It just, when I did play it, it felt fine, but it didn't grab me. And I know it was super early, but I don't know. It looked cool. The story was cool. It was like all this cool stuff, but the game loop seemed like it might get super grindy at some point. And I know about cooldown hell, so
well, that's current,
I'm not
right?
too inspired to like kind of play that type of game.
Does it have to do anything with knowing that your efforts would not be saved or carry over?
Not at all.
So what I mean,
No, because
okay,
he restarts his characters anyway, Aaron.
but I'll rephrase. It's June 2nd or whatever it drops. It's 1.0, so now the game is out. Would it be different than just like a weekend event? No, that doesn't even like factor in at all.
No,
not
at all. It's just literally what whether or not I enjoy the game. Like with LE, I did the CT. I've had countless times where I've lost everything, and then in this current cycle, I started off softcore and then switched to hardcore. You lose everything. Well, you don't lose, but it's separate from your hardcore. So I had to start over and grind all the, your affixes and stuff. So I don't really care about that part. Ultimately, for me, is I guess if I think it'll be fun, but it for me sounds like a more of a mix between, instead of going ARPG, it's kind of mixing towards the MMO like they want, and doing like world boss fights and things like that, which are cool. But then there's the whole, is there going to be dailies? What kind of things? I don't trust it so much, I guess.
There are 3 comments that Daft, I think, can answer right now to tag on to what he's saying right now.
I love that Daft's on the spot because he's the only one that's played it. This is great.
Well, Grimm's Ronin says the monster scaling with your level, which makes you look the same level with affixes, is really grindy. Which kind of reminds me of the way Bethesda does stuff.
Yeah.
And then Bad Getter says the story is amazing. I've done Act 1 through, I guess, 1 through 4.
I think 1 4 times.
1 4 times. Yeah. Okay. 1 4 times last weekend. So you just, because you only had Act 4. Okay. Or Act 1. You weren't one of the special people that have been cooking stuff up in the background. And then Ellie is a great game, but the first 25 isn't that good.
And J Rock also said, how do you know about the game loop at level 25? You're right. If right now I've never played Last Epoch and I go to the first 25 to the end of time, I'm going to be like, God, I'm bored because I hate the campaign. So
we skip them.
That is fair.
Skip it.
Yeah, you could do that.
That's fair.
Just skip the campaign.
Yeah.
Go straight into monoliths. To be honest, that is literally what the 3 of us do.
Okay. I don't like that I've been doing it more, but like, like the reaction videos, and then I'm reacting to reactors. It's never been my thing, right? I think the last one I did was Asmongold, only because he reacted to a Last Epoch video, and I was like, oh, that's very relevant to me. But I wanted to play this, okay? Quinn put out a 1 hour and 7 minute video. Quinn
was on top of his meltdown.
I know. Quinn put out a 1 hour and 7 minute video, and he was just, I don't want to say he was ranting, but he was, he's got editors, and the editors made it look good and kind of put this whole thing together.
Right.
Wait, was that the only thing they had to pick from, though?
I don't know.
It could be.
Cuban Beast just got your unique at level 68 using a rune on a chess piece. So lucky. Congratulations. I love it.
Cuban Beast. That is the most clever name I've seen in a long time. Yes, Cuban B.
I find Quinn exhausting. I totally understand that sentiment. This is the shortest part of the entire video. I believe it is only 3 minutes long. Okay, it's only 3 minutes long. He said he played for, I don't know, basically all 3 days. Just listen for a second, okay?
Now let's talk about the open world of Diablo 4. Yes, Diablo 4 is an MMO as well as an ARPG. And honestly, it's really MMO-ish. Like, when you are not inside of a dungeon, when you're not inside an instanced area, okay, it literally feels like World of Warcraft. Same energy. Like, if you've kind of got to max level in World of Warcraft, and then you're kind of running around, and you've got, like, world quests spawning around, and, oh, shit, I've got a world boss spawn. Like, I haven't killed the world boss, so I need to log in. Yeah, it's exactly that energy. You're in town. You can see people in town walking around, just salvaging gear, just putting stuff in the bank. You can inspect their gear. I believe you will be able to talk to them because in the beta, for whatever reason, we couldn't talk in the local chat. I don't know why, but we couldn't. Maybe it was just Oceanic only. They didn't want to have the toxic Oceanic frogs talking with each other. But yeah, it's really MMO-y. The thing that scares me is the trappings of MMOs. Like, am I going to have some bullshit that requires me to log in and do my more dailies and then farm out my Torghast and then go and, oh, my world boss cooldown reset, and then I've got to actually do my weekly heroics.
Screw you, Torghast. I hate you so much.
All these chores to do effectively, where it changes from a game to this thing which has all these fucking artificial hooks that try and keep you on the game. Like, no, you're not going anywhere. Because I hate that. When I play MMOs, and when I stop playing them, it feels like I've quit a job and I have all this free time. When I play ARPGs, it never feels that way. I can just log in, I can game when I want to game. If I want to log out and go do some other stuff, I don't feel like I'm missing out.
Why is it?
And that's the scary thing.
So,
no,
hold on,
whenever I interviewed
the exact same thing we said.
Some of the Diablo devs, we couldn't post the video, unfortunately. They did say, no, we're not going to have all that bullshit. You'll just have like you just see people in town. You know, when you're out doing an event, you know, you're going to have people interacting with you. And to be fair, that's kind of what it felt like. So I'm kind of like, I'm open to it. And honestly, I like World of Warcraft. I don't mind MMO shit. But I'm worried that it's going to turn into some bullshit where we have a bunch of dailies, weeklies, various things, and, you know, we're just chained to the game, so to speak.
Okay.
Right.
I haven't played the game. That is my number one fear.
Well,
go ahead.
He was saying that, okay, so he's fearing for the future is how bad can it get is in regards to other MMOs we've seen in this, I guess, genre. Lost Ark with its, oh, I see the little red light. I have to go click on the thing and do the thing and do the daily. And it becomes a job at that point. And TLI has it too.
Yep.
But not to the extent.
But I hate it in
also,
TLI
I forget
too.
Those systems exist.
It's
I hate
there.
it in any
That's
game.
the main reason I didn't get into Torchlight Infinite.
For those of you watching, we went through the Candy Crush. The Candy Crush elements to these games, and they exist. The little red lights, the dopamine hits. We went through the psychology to it. These games all exhibit it, and we don't want that to be present in D4. I don't think he does either. It sounds like he's saying the exact same things we're saying and have been saying. Like Aaron's on record saying that exact same thing.
Yeah, exactly.
If
other
it's
games we played.
If it's a game where I have to log in daily to do my chaos runs, my chaos dungeons, or my raid bosses, or I need to kill this world boss to get this X thing. Or I've got my daily, what the hell were they called in Diablo Immortal? Oh, what was it called? I got to go run around and kill these.
Yeah, insert what it was here.
Yeah.
What it's called.
I tell the story all the time. It's like, hey, honey, after dinner, I'm eating dinner with the family. And it's like, hey, I got to run downstairs really quick to do my chaos. And my wife's like, what the hell are you talking about? I'm like, oh, like I gotta go do this thing for the game, you know?
Right.
And
I gotta go fishing.
Weird.
And
I gotta go 20 minutes of fishing.
And that is fun for a little, like I had fun with Lost Ark for a while, but then it became a job. Like it was like, dude, I have to do this every single day or else I'm gonna fall behind.
Right.
And he is right.
Playing with people.
He is right from the standpoint of like, I could log into last Epoch, and if I miss 5 days, I feel like I didn't, miss anything. Like I could jump in and have fun. But if it's I log into Diablo 4 and it's like, oh, dude, you didn't log in for 5 days, so you missed these 5 days on your monthly check-in
bosses,
button.
man.
So now you're not going to get the final chest at the end. Like I hate that crap.
Yeah.
So,
Bad
Gamer says, I don't think they can make this happen with the seasons. There's no way you could start. Oh, yes, there is. They'll find a way. If they choose to go that route, that is. They could choose to go the route that they've been going with, like D3. Eway says, if it's free, yeah, sure, play. If you don't like it or don't. But if you pay for the game and there's no refund if you don't like it, and, that's a different monster altogether, especially considering some people are paying a lot of money for this game.
Look at this. I refunded D4 primarily due to the crappy dungeons and the fear that seasons will become more of a chore than fun. Well, wait, before you say anything,
So,
if
dungeons.
Yeah, go ahead.
Have you seen them? Have you
Quinn-
seen the patterns?
I haven't seen him. Quinn said that seasons will likely save D4. So he said that there is
Well, they
so
need
much
to, but
the engine and the money behind D4 is going to fund fast and likely furious seasons. So they'll be consistent, they'll be massive,
so
and that game will consistently get content.
So, specifically talking about the maps for dungeons. During a beta, I would only release a handful of things, especially if I'm testing things that don't revolve around the generation for the map. It makes my team have to do less work for testing purposes. So when the game actually fully releases and people get a full like plethora of maps, they're gonna be like, "Oh, our bad." That's where I think that's going. And again, this is coming from me, and you've seen my track record with D4. But I think they're specifically testing certain things.
Dude, Ronan just put, I wouldn't be surprised if Blizzard put a price on seasons. That would be crazy. No way. That would be like, hey, it's not pay to win, but it is pay to enter with a game that already has a retail price. That would be something.
And then have the general league, like the scrub league.
Yeah, exactly. People would go, they would freak. People would go nuts and freak out, and then they would still pay to get into the new season. That's literally like
So,
what would happen.
Grimm's, yeah, it is Blizzard. But Kellyan says he believes me. Well, thank you. People would go nuts. I think they would, like they did with DI. Ooh.
Well,
Battle
we
Pass
hope.
on season.
Kellyan, we would hope that.
Yeah, I think there's gonna be a battle pass. Like I kind of know it. Like I know it in my heart of hearts that there will be like multiple. There'll be like multi-layer battle passes there. But I also don't think there'll be like. I think they're going to stay true to it and be like, no, this is just cosmetics or something.
And everybody watching, remember, I haven't played. Guilty hasn't played. Daft has a level 6. And we can only play.
Also, it's not released yet.
And it's not released, and we only have access to the first act, and you can only be level 25. So, there's a bunch of people in chat that are saying, this is only a small portion of the amount of dungeons, and if all those dungeons are in the same area, of course they're likely going to be, kind of look similar. So, like for sure, J-Rock says level 6. That's not even 30 minutes.
I think that's how you say it. Quotesy, they commented that you are only seeing X number of dungeons from the first zone, and there is a variety in each. For sure, I 100% believe that. I 100% believe that. Like, you're going to see a diversity in them. It's not going to be the same X and T thing every time. I think that's been that way for them to test. I
don't know if I'm going to put it all in one video or if I'm going to break up certain sections, but I will do a little D4
breakdown.
I don't know how I want to formulate it yet. I know I want to push the 4090. So I got my 4090. I want to cook eggs on it with D4 and put everything to max settings on my 4K monitor and see what it looks like and see what kind of frames we can get. So
I burn down your house.
So I want to see if I can.
It's big enough. I mean, he could burn down a quarter of it and still plenty of house.
Wouldn't even smell the smoke.
No,
so I want to see because I hear visuals are outstanding. Like on PC, they are second to none. Like they look beautiful. The game is super responsive. You can interact with everything.
Shin enjoyed all 3 classes, found builds that worked well for all 3. I mean, people really like the game.
You're going to set the house on fire.
Different folks with the gaming. I mean, it's
I'm so as far as Quinn talking about it as being primarily MMO, I haven't seen evidence of it being mostly MMO yet. There's certainly elements, but they're trying to. It's a business.
Incorporating
they're bringing people in that are from that era, like that spectrum.
My take is, for a game like this, right? If you have these boss fights that are timed, 15 or 10 minutes, however long, and they're events, it's going to give the game movement, so you don't have the stagnant grinding feel. I feel that's kind of like the focus of these. Just pull the players in, go do this thing all together, and then go run back to whatever you're doing.
Yeah.
It keeps the game moving. And I think they saw what Lost Ark did this to a degree. So it just feels like that's what they're trying to do with this in the MMO aspect.
So Apple's saying, or Apple Tree is saying, some people drew Wiener in the snow.
That's what Quinn did. That's what Quinn did. That's what Quinn did.
Well, there you go.
About how different will the dungeons in different acts be, really? Will they feel different? I suspect that it'll be basically the same thing with different skins. That's probably right. Ginger Purple says, your game will crash before your GPU gets warm. Textures won't let you go high for very long. Setting your texture settings to medium will increase performance. Make sure you limit frames. There is a known bug that destroys 3080s, physically burning the video cards.
Sounds like
Maybe
one of those
don't
medical commercials.
AA Ron.
If you play the game at
Push
high
it to
rating,
the
there is a
limits.
chance you will destroy your computer.
Man, that's an expensive card to cook. I'd be pissed off at Activision Blizzard.
Dude, if my 4090 cooked, I would be pissed.
Pissed off enough to buy Guilty a ticket to California.
I'd be pissed.
I will put Bobby Kodak's face on my naked body and walk around in a G-string in front of the Activision Blizzard building.
I'm here and I have an RTX 5700 Final Max.
I'll do it.
When you get done, you could go and sleep in the back room for the night before you get back.
I got a 6800 in the other room if it breaks. That'll run some stuff.
There is a backup, but seriously.
Actually, I've got a 6800 and a 3070 Ti and a 4090. I got plenty of video cards. Why do I have so many video cards?
You failed to sell them when upgrading. It was not too much information. This was going to be you guys writing a sign that I would carry in front of their building in a G-string.
And the G-string is a 4090 that is melted, covering your front. Never mind. Forget I said anything. Don't clip that. Don't clip that.
A loincloth.
That was clipped.
Somebody clip that. A loincloth 4090. There we go.
Yes. Oh, wow.
No. Okay. Stop clipping stuff. Stop clipping stuff. Point being is that I'll be making many Diablo 4 videos, and I am going to be, I know it's hard to believe. I'm not going into this weekend thinking I'm going to hate it, and I'm not going into this weekend thinking I'm going to love it. I'm going to try and go in as objectively as possible, knowing that I made this damn YouTube channel because of my love for Diablo 2, and I want to love this game. That being said,
so you're not being objective.
I am being objective. I guess I'm saying I'm going to try to be objective.
An objective person to do it and report on it.
I feel like people think I'm going to go in and have to hate it. I actually think people think I'm going to hate it. I hope I don't hate it.
I don't think you'll hate it. It's not a game. It's not like I hate Diablo personally.
I mean, I gave Diablo Immortal a shot. I played that all the way to endgame.
More than we did.
Played a lot of Diablo Immortal. I gave it a fair shake. And I hated it.
You gave it way more than a fair shake.
I hated it.
It was bad 3/4 in.
Oh, it was so bad.
Kept going. You're a sadist.
Aaron, you have a problem with video cards. It's actually not a problem with video cards. It's a problem with always building new computers. So that's
true.
Really the problem. It's not like I have every video card is installed inside of a PC. So they're not just laying around. The 6800's in my son's computer.
You didn't create a floor out of them yet.
So, okay. So, J-Rock, it says, you're saying it's nothing like D3, but I have seen more than several reviews saying it is like D3. Now, what specifically would they be able to compare it to? Obviously not the game loop, but like there's got to be something to it since so many people are saying it is like that. I'm gonna have to download this since it's free. I'm not gonna give them a dime, but I will download the free version.
Guilty. I don't think you should, because honestly, you're just not that good at games. So I just think that maybe it'll be a bad.
Sir.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Just kidding. You did carry me. You did. I agree. Aaron, you have a problem with computers. Please send them to me. This is what happens. I I used to upgrade my cell phone every 2 years. So it'd be like a skip a generation, right? So it's like I've got the S20 and then I get like the
every 4 years.
Then I get an S22 because normally it's like 2 years to pay it off. And then you get like max trade-in credit. Anyways, you know what I'm saying? I no longer do that because my work pays for my cell phone, which I'm very appreciative of. So I no longer have a cell phone bill.
Cool.
But now it seems like every 2 years I've been upgrading my PC, but I'm not going to do that for this one. Okay, I feel like this is
Aaron is so Aaron's
this is
not
fairly
loaded. Aaron has 10
future-proof.
kids.
This is fairly future proof. I'm not.
And a
I live,
mother-in-law.
I just live in
and a wife.
Idaho, so that's why I can afford it.
Guilty.
He has,
And a
yeah,
theft.
everything's free. Almost.
Be quiet.
Yeah, so
Be quiet.
Idaho's a giant commune. You don't have to pay for anything.
Be Quiet sponsored this build and took care of 75% of the parts. I needed to buy the motherboard, CPU, and GPU. Everything else was taken care of by Be Quiet. And per the contract I have with Be Quiet, the computer needs to be in the shot.
Focus.
So that's why that's why you could see it. I was like, wait, so I don't even have to make a video? They go, no, it just needs to be in the shot. I said, perfect.
Cool.
When he was planning that build, he's like, I don't want to go RGB. And then he came back to us. He's like,
I know. I do remember that.
I gotta use RGB.
It was
That's
all
not.
shiny and
I mean,
That's what happened.
Okay.
we'll go find that Discord conversation.
Okay, to
Gotta go
give
back
the
in here.
actually that's pretty accurate. I was gonna do a blackout case. I was like, this is so stupid. I'm so sick of these freaking lights and all this crap. I'm gonna do a full blackout, no RGB build, and then Be Quiet's like, well, it needs to be in the shot, and it's like, oh, so I'm just gonna have a black case in the back that blends in with the wall. That's stupid. So then I went all blinky lights.
You went crazy. I mean, look at it. It's got the spinny.
Even it, the
Don't you? You can set it to your.
Oh,
light
it's not
bar, can't
spinning.
you, in
It's
some games.
It's like a Cylon.
I
thing.
literally that is the motherboard cable has RGB. Anyway,
the 24 pin.
Yeah. I see
yes, yes,
That's neat.
that. Oh.
that's the 24 pin that's flashing left to right. Anyways,
Yeah.
stupid blink. Next one is not gonna have blinking lights.
Yeah, probably
Gonna
don't
have
believe
strobe
you.
lights.
Actually, you know
And
what?
next time it's gonna have like more ridiculous lighting.
I don't know
Yeah.
why we're talking about computers
Lasers
now,
that
but it's
move.
making me want to build another one. I almost, if I didn't get the sponsorship from Be Quiet, I was actually going to get a mountable. There's mountable cases. I was going to put
Anyway,
it
always
right here.
clip as much as
I
you
was going to
can.
mount it.
This is ridiculous. Yeah, he
Next
was
one's
talking
gonna
about
be a
mounting it
quasar.
right there.
Yes.
I was like, I'm either
And
going to
then-
mount it or I'm going to get a desk case. You guys don't know about a desk case. That's where your desk is your computer case.
Okay, so question. Why do you
Why-
wait for 3 days to play? After that, you need to wait 4 months to play the game. Ridiculous.
Well, this gives you a taste. So they dangle the carrot. They're like, hey, listen,
Yeah.
this weekend
I
it's
had no
free. We
plans
want
on
you to get
buying it.
addicted. Watch how many pre-orders they sell over this free
after
weekend.
this, yeah.
Oh,
During
it's
and
gonna
after, yeah.
4 months. Who's counting?
oh, it's gonna be ridiculous. And they didn't get enough pre-orders. Hey, we're gonna do one more free weekend for more tests. Test my foot. You want to sell more pre-orders?
They're dangling
Oh, of
dong
course.
on you. Dangling dong. Yes, they are.
They're not testing
well, some
anything.
people got a taste and refunded already. I've heard these stories.
I am going to say that the number of people that refunded from that taste compared to the number of sales is 1 of every 10,000. So I think they're still
I
happy.
would like to see the actual numbers on that because I don't think that's the case.
I bet you Diablo's
But,
already sold 20 million copies pre-ordered.
Yeah. So okay.
Probably.
I won't buy it, but I will play the free weekend.
They're going to be like,
I
hey,
will
Yeah.
be as objective as guilty can be.
we're doing
gonna
one
go
more
past
free
level 25.
weekend and you have to buy a Whopper to get the key. So we've added in Whoppers and Big Macs.
Well, then I'm out. I don't eat burgers.
so that's the way. That's the only way you could get it.
Do it with lettuce
Right?
instead of a bun. Guilty.
Even if it was
Yeah,
1
but
month,
they-
it's weird.
Do they do the wrap at Burger King? I don't think they do.
I don't know if they do it at Burger King.
Well, I like wraps.
No, they do the lettuce wrap, and you like. I think Five Guys does that.
Yeah, some places picked it up.
Yeah.
The Whopper's
They're good
okay.
fast
I
food
like
stuff.
the big
Why not?
fish. If I go to Burger King, I'll get the big fish. What the hell are we talking about? All right.
Everything.
All right.
This, that, the other, food.
We talked about the continued success of Last Epoch, my favorite game,
Oh.
which I'm biased towards. We talked about Wolcen, a game that everybody loves, that I'm
That you're biased
also
towards.
negatively biased towards.
Mm.
We talked about D4 and this coming weekend, and you heard it here that Guilty plans on playing, so that should be fun.
Because I am clearly the only objective person that's going to play it. Aaron's going to love it on purpose, and Daft is Daft.
It's
Going to be the
there.
voice of reason there.
Yeah, it's there. I might play this weekend.
Who thought
Uh,
that would happen?
Guilty, I'm not going to bring you on stream with me when I play because I don't want to hear you cussing over and over again about how much you hate it. So
If it's the objective
It wouldn't be
truth, it
that
is.
quick. There's no level of that.
Oh, it might be that quick.
Because early on, you'll be like, ew, this is cool. The movement's pretty cool. The animation, all that stuff. Oh, I
if you
can run
heard
through
me
and break
playing-
things and collect things. It's really cool while you're playing it. So,
Okay,
you know,
so
oh
during
my gosh,
Wolcen's
someone just
chapter-
later
asked.
on.
Someone just asked if that's Zelensky in your room. I am dying right now.
not quite less than 30 minutes, Jock the Great. It was spread out throughout the weekend. I would try to log in and it would log out.
Oh, that's
and then I
really
couldn't get
funny.
back in, then I'd go
I need to
play
clip
something else
that.
for a while and then go back.
I
play
hope
a
he's
little
not talking about
bit,
Michael Malice.
and
He
then
is
go
talking
make
about Michael Malice.
lunch. And then I'd get logged out again, and I couldn't get in, so I'd play another game. So it was kind of that cycle.
It was
It
a
wasn't
cycle.
actively. It wasn't like I logged in 30 minutes and played and logged out. It started in the morning on Saturday.
I know.
Although, you know what? Michael Malice he was born in Ukraine.
Hey, you know what's interesting too? Your little magic thing in the back looks like a Ukrainian flag, kind of.
A little bit. Oh yeah.
All right, so that's going to do it for this Weekend Action Podcast 58. As always, it's a great conversation. I hope you all make the decision to follow. I stream almost every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and I'll be streaming this weekend D4. We'll be doing a giveaway every single day. So think about hitting that follow button. We would really appreciate it. This is a podcast we do once a week. Next week, it's going to be on Thursday as well. It won't be on our normally
that's
scheduled
right. You have
Wednesday
your-
because I will be
He looks a little
traveling
like Johnny
and I'll be in Sacramento. Maybe me and Daft can get some lunch next time.
Some
breakfast.
grub.
Are
It
you
won't
doing
be-
breakfast or lunch? This
It would
time?
be lunch because I have meetings the morning of
Okay.
the day I fly out. So if you want to get some
Where are
lunch,
you taking them?
We'll go get lunch.
we
Where
We'll
can-
get
at?
some.
ooh, let's go to KFC. We get Diablo keys.
Don't go to KFC. It's
Just
trash.
died.
No, I'm just kidding. I don't want to do
We'll
this.
talk about it Discord and figure out what type of food. But yeah.
Yeah, so that should be fun. What we're going to do right now is we're going to take a couple-minute break, and we're going to be moving over to our YouTube stream. So this week in action, this 90-minute stream is always on Twitch, and then we do a Patreon-only 1 hour. So if you want to support us financially, all the likes, shares, comments, all the interactions, like I could not tell you how much I need all of that. But if you want to take it one step further, check out the Patreon, which is in the message section right now. And thank you all. As of today, we have 50 paid Patreons, which is just so cool. So thank you so much. Really appreciate it. That's all I've got. We're going to move over to YouTube now. Everybody in VIP, look out for that link. It'll probably be in about 5 minutes. I'm going to give, oh, Guilty's too spicy right now. Daft, you get the final word.
Hey guys, nice chatting again. We'll see you guys next week.